Hello, my name is Nick Harrington. I work for St Modwyn Properties as a Senior Construction Manager. So what does a construction manager do? Well, the clue's in the title, managing construction projects. But construction projects, it's not just what you might think as buildings, houses, hospitals, schools. That is part of it, but it also includes everything really in the built environment. The projects I'm involved in can vary between redeveloping some polluted land that might have been an old oil refinery and ultimately reconstructing, redeveloping that and turning it into a university campus. It might involve building a housing estate, something you'd be more familiar with seeing, the more traditional construction. Or it could involve refurbishing an old building and turning it from a previous use as an office into a new use as a hospital. Extremely varying in terms of the types of projects I get involved in. But the basics are fairly similar. I'm managing large teams of people, other people who actually do the sort of work, the physical work, the design work, the planning work, so civil engineers, structural engineers, architects, building contractors. And we also have to deal with not just our team, our project team, but other stakeholders, other people that are involved in a particular project or the piece of land or the neighbourhood that we're working in. That involves the communities, the residents, the local council, local authorities, all sorts of different people. So it's really quite a varied role, managing lots of different people, working with lots of different people, and also in different parts of the country. So how did my first job get me to where I am today? Well, the two jobs I'll talk about. Firstly, the real first job, the first thing I got paid to do was as a shelf stacker in a supermarket, something that some of you may already be doing, or you'll probably know people that do it. Slightly different when I did it, in that we did it after the shop had shut and not during the day as you might see in Sainsbury's today. But the basics were still the same. And the key thing, I thought the key things I learned were teamwork. So we had a specific job to do in a short amount of time, a couple of hours after the shop had shut, and we had to get it done. So we couldn't do it on our own. We had to work effectively together. So I had to get on with my teammates, and we had to work together to get the job done. I also learnt about authority. When you're in school, you're quite used to working or being a student and having a student-teacher relationship, and it's all through your primary and secondary school career. It's very similar. When you get into the world of work, there are different relationships. You might have more than one boss. Your boss might have a boss, another boss, a bit like the teacher, head teacher role. So you've got to learn how to get on with not just your teammates, but different people, figures of authority above you. And the benefits, I think, of a young person getting a part-time job, like I did as a shelf stacker, was it teaches you those key skills that you will need and you will benefit from as you get through further into your career, whatever job you do. You're always going to be dealing with people, so you've got to learn how to work in a team, you've got to learn how to speak to people, communicate with people efficiently, effectively. You've got to understand them, they've got to understand you. Sometimes you have to get on with people you might not like. They're difficult. They might not be your friend, but they are your colleague, and you've got to form a relationship with them. You're not forming a friendship with them necessarily, but you're forming a working relationship. So these are the kind of things that you probably learn a little bit in school, but you'll probably polish them a bit more in a world of work, in a different physical environment. So outside school, whether it's in a shop, whether it's in a factory or working at the local stables, whatever it is, a different physical environment that takes you outside something that you're not used to and just tests you a little bit different.